What's up, everybody? Welcome to Narco Cop MMA. This is the Lambo Plays podcast, episode 84. This is UFC 298, and my co-host is in the house, Timothy Troiano. What is up, my man? UFC 298, a pretty fucking good card here. What do you think of it?
I like the main card is fucking awesome. The prelims are LFA-ish, but I think the main card is really solid.
Yeah, main card is really good. Prelims are okay, but man, we have fights, Tim. We have 12 fights. We did have a cancellation, but we had a last-minute step-up. So the fight didn't change from a last name perspective. So that's a funny thing. That's got to be the first time ever and only time ever this happens, because I don't think it's ever going to happen again. With that being said, let me go over to my chat. Shout out my chat. Let me give them a cheers. I'm drinking some wine today. Victor De Jesus in the house. First guy in here. What is up, my man? Thank you for joining. Zodiel Slinga tuned in to the best show on YouTube. Yes, sir. Thank you, my friend. Andrew Peden, 2 a.m. It's too late for the Scots, so we'll catch you in the morning. All right, brother. Catch you in the morning. Thank you for joining. Mushroom in the house. One more sleep, Mushroom. One more sleep. Joshua Frick, what is up, my man? The bookies better be afraid this week. Hell yes. C-Wiz, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining. Shafiq, let's go, my friend. Arnon, cash those tickets tomorrow for UFC 298. Darren, I saved 20% of my bankroll for some of these Lambo picks. No, dude, please. Not 20% of your bankroll. That is not good bankroll management. Normal Joe, let's get some better luck this week. Yeah, last week was a little tough. I think I only hit two Lambos, I think. You know, the mojo with Tim, it kind of like throws things off when he's not around. Dumpy came to listen to the GOAT speak. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you very, very much. Bill Norman, what's good, my man? Thank you for joining. The dynamic duo is back together, and it feels right again. Yes, shout out to my man, Lucrative, for helping me out last week and jumping in. Appreciate him. Saint Stephen, thanks as always, my man. Thank you for joining. Jesse Q, what is up? Darren, anyone got Cejudo and Kopolov? We'll talk about that in a bit. Joel S. says, Ross's, who's ready for some fights? Yes, sir. Double Flush. Hit that damn like button, he said. Listen to the man. 126 of you in here. Let's get those likes up. How many do we have, by the way? I need to know. Undertaker, what is up, my man? Thank you for joining. There will be blood. What's up, my man? Thank you. Ian Machado, Gary's in the house. Look at this. He's coming in before his fight, Tim. He's in the Lambo Plays podcast, and it said it's me, and it's by submission. All right, man. Thank you, Ian Machado, Gary. Appreciate you. JAA. Establish the fun. Yes, my man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining. MMA Goulash. What is up? Adrian. Thank you, my man. Joel S., one of my two favorite Assyrians. Thank you, my friend. I didn't even know you were Assyrian, but thank you for joining, Joel. Subhuman Gaucho. What is up, my man? Who else do we have here? Mark Frost. Paul Brassfield. Dixon, always in the house. MMA Locksmith. Thank you for joining. He says, the waves on Tim's hair. It's a beautiful wig. Tim's got that, he's got that hair going today. I don't know what's going on. No hat. Is it no hat day or what's going on?
Yeah, just came from work, so didn't wear a hat today.
From work. He said, screw the hat. Luke, what is up, my man? I don't want to butcher that last name, but thank you for joining. He says, recommending MGM for CFFC 150 in free bets. All right. Yeah, they have CFFC. What is up, Ishu? What is up, my man? Thank you for joining. Frank Corona Jr., first time seeing Tim's hair. Hopefully it's a sign of good things to come. Eric Remdog, holy fuck, it's crazy in here today. Fight Talk only. What is up, my man? Thank you for joining. Nick Juarez, Prince of Mischief, Brick Jensen, and that is it. 134. Tim, let's start off. First fight of the night. It is in the flyweight division. It is the 13-8 Andrea Lee versus the 12-5 Miranda Maverick. What do you have here, Tim, for your first Lambo play of UFC 298?
Kind of see this fight. There's two Lambos that kind of stick out to me. One's I'll just say the one that I have, but I'm pretty sure that just there's like a couple ways that this fight could go. If the fight goes, I think it's close. I could easily see it going split. It's kind of shitty number. It's plus 350. I could see Lee winning a split at 8-1, but I'm on the other side. Actually, I do think that Maverick is going to be able to get her down with some, setting up. Her striking is kind of dog shit, but she's just tries to get her grappling going pretty much in each fight. When she's not able to get her grappling going, she loses. That's what happened against Jasmine. It's pretty clear. If she's at a strength disadvantage or she can't get her wrestling going, she's usually cooked. She is durable though, so she probably will last to a decision. But I do think that she's going to get her down. And I thought that watching the Vivi fight, Araujo versus Lee, she got mount. She had a arm triangle position, but she was too high on, and she was kind of rushed with like 20 seconds left. So she kind of tried to rush position and then lost the position. And then there was solid defense on Lee. I'm going to go with Maverick by sub. I think if it happens, it probably happens when Lee gets a little bit tired. She's kind of an older fighter. So sub is plus 500, sub 2-3 is plus 1,000 on FanDuel. Don't think it's bad. I think that there's a higher chance that the fight goes, but when you're getting plus 500 and plus 1,000, I think it's a good stab.
Yeah, I mean, I think this fight probably goes to decision here. I mean, both girls are pretty damn durable. Andrea Lee, I think she's been subbed once in her career, very, very early in her career. And then Miranda Bamford, I don't think has ever been stopped in her career. So, this has all the makings of going to decision. However, on the feet, I think it's pretty close. I favor Lee. But on the ground, I mean, we have to give Maverick a little bit of a big boost there, Other thing I like seeing is looking at her Instagram, she just won IBJJF Worlds, which is pretty fucking hard to win. I think she's a brown belt. She did it as a brown belt, but it's still fucking very hard to win there when you're not really, I mean, she's an MMA fighter. She's not fucking training jiu-jitsu all day long, right? Going up against girls that probably are training jiu-jitsu all day long. She still won. So it's her path is to get this fight to the ground, right? And Andrea Lee has shown that she can get taken down. And when you look at their grappling, you're going to have to favor Maverick having the better BJJ here. So I don't think it comes early. I think it comes a little bit later. If it happens, and like you said, sub 2-3 is what I like here. It's a plus 1,000. It's a big number. It's when we're giving you these plays, guys, it's not that we think it's going to hit for sure or whatever, but I just think this number is a little bit off, the better grappler by a good margin is plus 1,000 to finish in round 2 and 3 by sub when most of our subs happen. I'm going to take it, and maybe it doesn't happen, but it's a good price, man. Plus 1,000 is a pretty damn good price to play there, to be honest. Let's go on. Second fight of the night. Before I go on, what is up? Kyle Marley in the house. What is up, my man? Thank you for joining the DFS guy. Guru, thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Fight number 2. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 7-1 Val Woodburn versus the 9-2 Oban Elliott. And, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter earlier today, but the coach for Oban Elliott was trolling everybody about the weight loss. He came in at 198. They thought it was 185, and he trolled everybody. Everybody was going crazy. But, man, when I tape these two guys, I mean, Val Woodburn is just, there's nothing that looks good on this guy, to be honest. I mean, his physique looks good, but that's it, dude. He's fighting low-level guys. He is, not looking the best against, dude, the last guy before Bo Nickel is a 40-some-year-old fighter. He doesn't look great in that fight. It's cage pushing a lot. I don't like that, in the beginning of the fight, it seems like he has a little pop. He's throwing these winging hooks. But as the fight goes on, he's starting to push punches a lot. I don't think he has much power in his punches. once he starts slowing down, and on the other side, like Oben Elliott showed me a lot, man, on that Contender Series. Like I love Cock Brito, like the guy he fought, man. Extremely powerful fighter. Good jiu-jitsu, has a ton of power in his hands. And somehow, some fucking way, Oben Elliott survived those big bombs and came on and he almost had him out. And it was just a crazy freaking fight. And Oben Elliott gets his chance here. And honestly, they're giving him a sort of a layup here, man. Val Woodburn is not fucking good anywhere. He's not good at grappler. He's not a good striker. He's fighting in weight classes. He's even small. Like he's thick, but he's too short for 170, man. The guy's like 5'8", 5'9". Oben Elliott wins this fight everywhere outside of getting bonked early. I think he's going to, honestly, I feel like, Bo Nickel knocked this guy out, but what do we know about Bo Nickel? Like he's a big hitter all of a sudden on the feet. Like he's got one punch power. He landed one punch and this guy was he was in dire strait, And I mean, Elliott is vicious though. Like he throws big punches, but he also has nasty ground and pound. So, I mean, I gave this to the Discord earlier. It was plus 360. All those freaking guys went and hit it, and it's now down to 300 by KO. I like the KO, man. I think he's going to KO this guy, whether it be standing, whether it be on the ground. He could also submit him. I think he's going to finish him, to be honest. Like, I know he's been to decisions a lot, but this guy is, man, he's not very good at all. So, I like the KO, plus 300. It's right there at the Lambo Play mark. And, yeah, I mean, I think Oben Elliott finishes here. Might be even any. The thing is, I wanted to look at a round, but it could be any round. So, yeah. What do you have?
Yeah, I agree with the Val Woodbum takes. I don't think that he's yes, I did call him Woodbum. I don't think that he's really that good. I thought he was brought into the UFC to be a sacrificial lamb for Bo. And I agree that the fight with Brito is a much better look for Oben, but Oben is a future fade for me, man. Like I've seen some of his Cage Warrior fights are like just horrible losses where he's not able to wrestle guys. He's trying to wrestle really, really hard. He wasn't really super physical with guys, gassed out and then got finished late. And it's just like, I just think guys that can grapple and guys that are strong enough, like he can be hit as well. So he's really hittable. I just don't think I'm going to fade him. I'm not going to fade him with Val Woodbum. He's on the future fade list for me, but it's not here. Like you said, I think that, the question is, does he finish or does he ride him out in different positions here? And I honestly really don't know, but I think that for what we're doing here, plus 250 is like slightly under the bar for us on the Lambo. But so I'll take the round 2 and round 3 props. I do think that it does. I know you said that it could happen any round. I agree, but I think it more likely happens when when Val's a little bit more tired. And like you said, and he does slow down. And I think also there's a good chance that the first round will be, if Oben is smart, like he might try to grapple him a little bit more in that round or try to cage push a little bit more to just stay away from the power in the first round of Val and then get him tired. And then once he gets him tired, he probably can get him down a lot easier and do what he wants to do and not be as worried about getting killed. So I'll take shots on round 2 and round 3 for Oben.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, Joel's asking what round. I do favor like the later rounds. The way he reacted to the one punch from Bo Nickel scares me, how about if this guy lands on him, like what's going to happen? Like, I know like Oben Elliott doesn't have a lot of knockouts, but he throws hard,
The round props are dog shit too on this. So it's not like
God, round gross. 3 is 750.
They're gross. Yeah,
gross. I wouldn't play that, honestly. It's too low. For a guy like listen, like for
he
a guy
can easily go to decision. He can easily win a decision.
Like for a guy like Oben Elliott, he's got no finishes in round 3, right? He's got one finish in his first pro MMA fight in round 2. So he's not like He's not like one of those guys that you think, oh, he has this crazy pace and he looks great. He looked good in the Brito fight, honestly, in round 3. But who knows? Like, this guy's fighting is not good, so that's why I think it could happen any round. To be honest, I wouldn't be shocked like if Woodburn landed some big bomb in round 1. I mean, it's possible. He throws like crazy early, but he's just not good. Let's move on. Fight number 3. It is in the heavyweight division. It is the 21-9-1 Marcos Rogerio de Lima versus the 5-1 late replacement Junior Tafa, stepping in for his brother. Tim, we don't have shit here. There's no props here. I don't know. What would you look at in this fight? Let's say that.
Sub 1, sub 2, clear for me. Like, Lima is a smart fighter. Junior Tafa is probably like a quicker striking version of his brother, but he's absolutely way smaller and just like easily taken down. Like, in his, we've seen what he does off of his back against. I think it was Usman. I'm not 100% sure. He fought Usman, right? Was it Mo that he fought? Yeah, he fought Mo, and like Mo had position and side control on him and could have easily gone to mount and gone to town on this guy. I just think from the same positions, I feel like arm triangle all day. I feel like early, I think like it's going to happen probably most likely round 1. I was wishing like they would hang the same plus 600 by sub as they did against Justin, but they probably won't give us that. But yeah, like that was a great, I mean, I just think even against Justin, I would be happy taking, that was going to be my prop for him against Justin. So I'm not changing that against Junior, who's shown like to be way smaller. It's going to fight from orthodox, so leg kicks will be there if he wants to set him up. So like, yeah, there's nothing about Junior that says, oh yeah, man, race to bet him in this situation on 1 day notice. So
I do want to say, like, Joel's asking, is he in shape? So he has a fight in like 5 weeks from now. He had an actual scheduled fight. But I mean, he's not in shape. Let's be honest. Like, this guy flew over here with his brother to corner his brother. By the way, they came in very fucking late. They're coming from New Zealand, Australia, wherever you want to call it. And they literally came in, I think 2 or 3 days ago. It's pretty freaking late, man. You got to adjust to the time, the weather, the everything. Everything is different. And even if you look at the IG for Justin Tafa, when they came in, he's like, yeah, I'm kind of jet lagged. He's talking about that. He's like, I'm jet lagged. I got to get accustomed to the weather. And it's like, dude, you fucking came in 3 days before your fight, 4 days. Like, what are you doing? So I don't think he's in shape, honestly. I don't think he's in shape, Tafa. In my head, how I'm picturing this is Tafa's going to go all out in round 1, I think. Like, just kind of try to get him out of there. And it might work, but if you're going to play Tafa, honestly, I would play – this guy's going to get kicked. Hold on.
Yeah, keep that guy
out. Ban user and delete comments. All right. That's enough of that bullshit. So, yeah, I just think it's – if you're going to play Tafa, it's round 1 KO. Play Kafa, round 1 KO. I think that's how you're going to have to play him. I'm probably going to look at the sub also, like you said. But, I mean, Tafa should win. I mean, De Lima should win this fight pretty easy, man. The one thing that's very important here is he goes from a guy that's southpaw in Justin to a guy that's orthodox in Junior. Or is it vice versa? Did I screw it up?
No, you're right. You're right.
I think it's right. So he can use his calf kicks really well here, man. Like, he's got nasty kicks. I mean, he has a Muay Thai background. So, yeah, I mean, I do think he should win here pretty easy. But again, we don't have any props. We don't know what they're going to be. If you can get a nice, sub prop on him, I think it's good. I would not touch sub 3, honestly, because De Lima's such a gasser himself. Like, I don't know if he can get it. I don't even know if he can get a takedown round 3.
Yeah, if he hasn't finished in round 1 or 2, I think that they both are probably pretty gassed in 3.
Yeah.
But I think he really finishes early.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 4. It is in the light heavyweight division. It is the 16-6 Ming Yang Zhang versus the 15-5 Branson Ribeiro. I have a bet already on this one. I gave it out also. It's a track play of mine. It's kind of a weird play in the sense that I bet almost 1 unit total, and it's basically both guys to win by knockout in round 1. I tried to just play KO1 for both sides, but this way it came out better if you bet it on 2 different sites. So I played Zhang KO1 at plus 250 on FanDuel. That's now, what is it now? Plus 230 is the best price. And I played Ribeiro KO1 at plus 400 on Bet Online. I'm not sure what the price is right now on him for KO1, but he's 325 there. So you can get like roughly 340 on FanDuel. I just think this fight ends in round 1, man. Like, look at Ming Yang Zhang. Every single one of his knockouts are in round 1. Ribeiro, 90% of his finishes are round 1. He has a shit chin, Ribeiro does. Ming Yang Zhang, or whatever the heck his name is. Also, I would venture to guess that he has a shit chin because he's been getting knocked out by a 13-10 guy in Askar Mozarov, who has that fake record. So, Ribeiro hits hard too. Like, Ribeiro freaking hits hard. So I think round 1 is what's going to happen here, man. It depends on which one of these freaking guys gets it. I don't trust both of them, to be honest, Tim. Like, I don't trust both of these guys. Oh, round 1. Oh, that's shitty, Norman. Plus 225. No, FanDuel, buddy. FanDuel for KO1 for Ribeiro is 340. So that's a little better. Yeah, Tim, what do you have here? You might have something different.
Yeah, I do on this one. I tend to I agree with you that I think that there's the more likely thing to happen is that somebody dies in round 1. But I think if Ribeiro's smart, man, he grapples. Like, I think he's a significantly better grappler than Zhang, and I feel like Zhang's takedown defense as well as just jiu-jitsu in general is quite subpar. So it's just one of those things where it's like if he wants to go for the bonus and wants to just have a big fight and just go fight in a fucking phone booth with a guy that obviously could do the same thing as him. I just think that the much bigger edge, it's just like we always talk, just like rational game planning. Like, what are the assumption of rational game planning from these guys is like, I don't tend to do it, especially at the lower level of fighter. I don't do it hardly at all. So I'm not expecting him to come out with this, but being a coach myself, it's just like, dude, what's the easiest path here? Like, the easiest path is him grapple fucking this guy. And so Ribeiro's sub is plus 600. Ribeiro's sub, he has multiple subs in round 2. So whereas more of his KOs happen in round 1, he's got, I think, at least 2 of his subs of 6 are in round 2. And so sub alone is 600. Sub 2 is plus 2,700. I think those are really good looks.
Dude, oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah. I mean, it could happen, but honest to God, I looked at sub. I don't know, man. This guy loves to swing it out. I have a bad feeling.
He loves ground and pound too. When he gets positions on the ground, he actually is not like always like passing and looking to set up subs. He just pounds and then the guys turn around and then he chokes them out.
My problem is, do we even know what kind of takedown defense this Ming Yang Zhang has?
I don't think it's good, honestly.
Why do you say that?
Because he's like kind of noodly. I think that he throws big shots. He's really off balance when he throws. Like, I just feel
I'm saying not from tape though, right?
No, I mean, it's more
years ago, possibly, like he got rear naked choked his last loss, but
here's what I would say. His striking style, I think, is conducive to being able to easily drop a level and take him down. That is one. And then the second is just, I'm not trying to be like racist here, but like, dude, Chinese grapplers are just, it's just
their wrestling is it's not about races. Their wrestling is no good. Like
it's just not good. Yeah. I'm like, so I I know Clint was talking about the same thing. I'm not trying to be racist. Like, it's
It
just,
has nothing to do with racism, though.
it's just like it's just there's
a
predictive
little
data on
fact.
these
Yeah.
guys not wrestling and not having that as their skill set. So yeah, I think that it's more of that than anything.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean, they just can't grapple. They're not really good grapplers, or wrestlers. All right, let's move on. Fight number 5. It is in a bantamweight division. It is the 8-0 Rinya Nakamura versus the 11-3 Carlos Vera. This one's yours.
Did we miss? Did they move Barlow and whatchamacallit? Quinlan? Did we forget that one? Or they move it? Sorry, you're muted.
They moved it. They moved it one back.
Oh, okay.
All right, go.
Somebody just said I got a clan hat off just off camera. That's hilarious. So I was just talking about Asian grappling, and I think that this guy coming up, as well as the Ray Surya or whatever his name, however you pronounce it. I think these are two of the Asian grapplers and wrestlers where I'm saying they actually have pretty good wrestling. Rinya, for me, I think this is a Rinya by sub. Vera, not really good, super old, not great. He's a striker, not really that great wrestling. I think the takedowns will be there. Sub has been beaten down. The line has been beaten down all week. It's plus 270, so it's a little bit under. But I think it's early. I think it's sub 1, sub 2. So plus 270 on the sub alone, sub 1 plus 500, sub 2 plus 1,200. I think those are good.
Yeah, man. This sub got nuked. I mean, it was 400 when we again, this is a track play of mine, and I gave it out. It's 400, and it absolutely got nuked. I think he could do it both ways here, man. Like he can knock him out. He can submit him. I just think physicality here is going to go a long way. Like he's going to be way stronger. It's not going to be so much that he has like better jiu-jitsu per se. He's just going to be way fucking stronger than this guy. And he is relentless. Carlos Vera, I mean, I don't know, bro. This guy's like a Fury FC fighter. And I know a lot of those guys. Like, he's not very good. Like, he's okay. But he's 35 years old, you know, coming into the UFC, 35-year-old. You know, I'm going to just go with, since the sub is nuked, just sub 1-2. It's 330. I mean, that's the only thing I can really give you guys, to be honest, because, I mean, the sub line is gone. You know, the sub line's gone. It was plus 400. It's gone now. And yeah, I mean, sub 1-2, 330 probably gets it done early. Someone said by Kimura. I don't mind that. I was saying that in Discord. I think it might be like a key lock or Kimura here. Something like, something like that.
Yeah, strength based. Yep.
Yeah, strength based, exactly. Because I'm saying that he's going to be way stronger. You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'm pretty damn sure he's going to be stronger than Carlos Vera here. So, yeah, I mean that's it. Sub 1-2, Rinya Nakamura, in round 1 or 2. Moving on. Fight number 6. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 6-1 Josh Quinlan versus the 7-0 Danny Barlow. I kind of like Barlow. You know, I like the guy. I think he's a good fighter. As far as stand-up is concerned, he's got a very, very nice straight left hand. The left hand, what does he call it? Left hand from God?
Left hand to God.
Left hand to God.
To God. Send you to God.
I mean, that left hand, it is nasty, bro. Like, it's a nasty left hand, and he's got a ton of power in it. He looked good on Contender Series, you know. And now he's fighting a guy in Josh Quinlan who, man, he's like, you know what the thing is with Josh Quinlan that I don't like whatsoever when I watch his tape? He's extremely freaking hittable, dude. Like, he just gets clocked in every single fight. It's insane. He's fighting Trey Waters. He's like a punching bag in that fight. He's fighting Dallas Jennings in fucking LFA. He's getting rocked 2 or 3 times. He's fighting, Joe Borashek in LFA, who's a terrible fighter, and he's landing at will on him. It's like, dude, what is going on? Where's your defense at? He's a black belt in BJJ. He's got decent grappling, you know. And we've seen, you know, people keep saying Barlow looks awful on bottom, and you know, he didn't look great against the one fight that you can look at is the Dustin Dupuma fight. He didn't look good. He had his back taken. But Dupuma, I put it in, he's a black belt too. It's not like some like a blue belt doing that to him, you know. And
the fact that he survived that was crazy too.
yeah, I mean, he survived that. He had the body lock on him and like flattened at one point, I think.
Yep.
And he survived it. And you know, can Quinlan sub him? Maybe. But I got the whisper bet today, Tim.
Ooh.
And the whisper bet for this one is, and I really don't get this line at all. Why is Josh Quinlan plus 750 by decision? Can you explain it to me? Why? Why is Josh Quinlan plus 750 by decision? I just don't get it. Like, I know they're wiki capping this and they're looking at his record and saying, hey, he's 0-1 in decisions. He lost to Trey Waters. But if you watched the 2 third-round finishes, they were on their way to win a decision, both of them. And if we're saying that he has the grappling edge, and it's possible he gets takedowns, and we know Danny Barlow's actually pretty low volume to top it off. He's looking for the big hitter. And if he doesn't get the big hitter, right? If this fight goes to decision, how the hell is this guy plus 750? Like, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. If you want to put split, it's plus 1,800. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That line absolutely does not make sense to me. So that's my whisper bet of the week. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I think you're right on the low volume with Barlow, but I think Barlow is going to connect. I think that the hitability, I think his left hand is fucking powerful. KO1 is plus 460. KO2 is plus 650. Also, the problem I have with Quinlan is he just doesn't seem to fight optimally. Like, he doesn't seem to do things like that are working and realize what's working and stick with shit. Like, he got a few leg kicks on Trey Waters and then just abandoned it. Like, it was the only way that he could get into range on him. I think this fight is similar with the reach advantage for Barlow as well. Just getting into range is going to be hard for Quinlan. But yeah, I think he probably connects on a left hand in the first 2 rounds at some point.
So I want to make it clear. I do think Barlow probably knocks him out. I just do, because he's so damn. I said why, right? He's so damn hittable. It doesn't take away from the fact that I'm still going to play the decision, because this is a crazy line. Why? Why is Barlow decision, right, much less than this guy's? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, it's stupid line. Again, Barlow decision is what? Look at that. Barlow decision 300. And this guy's 750 to win by decision. Like, come on, guys. What the fuck are you guys doing here in the books? You guys are asleep at the wheel, but I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, the under 2.5 is minus 190. The over is plus 140. So it's not like they're lining that at like minus 300 plus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's most likely a loser because I think he gets knocked out, but I still think if this fight hits decision, honestly, in my opinion, if this fight hits the decision, I kind of favor Quinlan 60-40. I think he's going to win the decision 60% of the time. Yet he's plus 750 and the other fucker is 300. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah. Let's move on. Fight number 7. It is in the strawweight division. It is the 13-3-1 Amanda Lemos versus the 13-4 Mackenzie Dern. This one's yours, my friend.
I have my whisper bet of the day right here. All right. So Lemos by sub is 18-1 on Bet Rivers. Lemos by sub in round 2, 47-1. Lemos by sub in round 3, 60-1. I can see this fight going a bunch of ways. I would not put the KO. The KO is plus 185 or plus 160, depending on where you get it. And ITD is like plus 150. This is a classic. Do not lose a bet because you're greedy on 30 cents. Like, take ITD only and then save. And if you want to put extra money on the sub, I would do that. Here's my thought process. She's been number one. I cashed on Lemos fights on every fight, going against her as well as with her on literally every fight that she's been in the UFC. I think I started betting in 2020. So it's like that since then. The only one that I missed is against Zhang ITD, which was fucking there. Like, so the Lemos' squeeze is absolutely legit. Like, she's got an incredibly tight squeeze. She's not afraid to try to go for subs. It's a problem actually that she uses she'll use ghillie defense and she'll use front chokes as like a takedown defense. So that concerns me actually in this fight, that if she doesn't get it, she'll be down on the ground for Dern, right? But she's number one against Karate Hottie. It was like instantaneous, like within 5-10 seconds, she's tapping. Like she's got one of those types of squeeze. The second thing is Marina Rodriguez had Dern in a Darce attempt from her bottom for over a minute. Like the Zhang fight, she had 2 sub attempts. She was actually held Zhang in a Darce when her feet were completely on the wrong side of her body, just dangling, and her legs were just like not in any position whatsoever to hold Zhang. And Zhang is fucking strong. And she was holding her in the Darce with just her grip for like a solid minute. Same thing. So it's just like, I'm not saying that this is like, oh yeah, just line up and this is a huge bet and da-da-da-da-da. It's fucking 1,800. Like, this is Dern is one of those fighters to me that I feel like with panic shots or with just putting her head in a spot after she gets hit, like this is an easy club and sub or a shitty takedown attempt. And then she actually gets overconfident, which is what happened with Marina Rodriguez with her, gets overconfident on top. And then all of a sudden is like, wait a second, I'm in a bad fucking spot here. So I think it's just it's my whisper bet of the day. I think 18-1, and if it happens later at 47 and 60-1, that'd be fucking glorious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going back to the decision prop here, man. I've seen this movie before. I've seen Mackenzie Dern take down girls over and over again, not get a sub. She might get it here. I don't know. I kind of lean her here, to be honest, because I think Lemos can be taken down. But, I mean, we've seen this girl have a lot of control over Ashley Yoder, over a bunch of chicks where it just goes to decision. I do think Lemos has shown me a lot of toughness. Can she be sub? Sure. I mean, Dern's on a low level, but Dern decision's 440. I'm going right back to that well again because I do think there's some value again on that. And, you know, Dern is going to have, first of all, I think she throws more volume on the feet anyway. The power, it belongs to obviously Lemos. But then she can also get, like, if she gets her on the ground, like I said, she can control, win minutes, and you're getting plus 440. I don't know, man. I have a bet there. I made a bet there. I think it's decent. It's not like something great because I think she can get a sub. She can even be knocked out, to be honest. Let's not even we didn't even mention that. She can definitely be knocked out by Lemos. It's hard. So let's not like overlook that. But yeah, I mean, I think Dern decision 440 here, maybe a little sneaky play that I don't think not many have mentioned, but yeah, Dern decision for me. Fight number 8. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 11-2 Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus the 12-2 Roman Kopylov. And I mean, this is one of my favorite bets of the card. I have multiple bets on this fight, but you know, the lines on round 2, round 3 have been nuked for Hernandez. I would still fucking play him at 410 and 750. I would still play him because I do think he's going to finish here if it gets there. But I also want to, you know, I played KO 2-3, you know, plus 1,300, plus I think it's 1,800 now. But I got 2,000. But honestly, it would be smart to play Kopilov KO1 too. It would be smart. Like this is just one of those fights that I honestly do not think it's just going the distance. I don't think it's going the distance. It's going to end one way or another. Most likely, I like Fluffy a good bit here. But if Kopilov wins, it's probably a KO early. But if not, he's, in my opinion, he's going to get drowned. He's going to drown him. He's going to show him the very deep depths of the Pacific Ocean, and he's going to just drown there, man. Like, Fluffy is hard to deal with in round 2 and 3, man. The pace, the pressure, the chain wrestling, the insane cardio. We've seen this guy before when he was grappled just a little bit against Duraev. He had his hands on his hips, hunched over. And then, you know, people are saying, well, he's training in Dagestan. He's doing this. He's doing that. But I still see him tired in just striking matches, dude. Like, he's tired in round 2. You could visibly see him getting tired in round 2 with absolutely no grappling. So I don't think this guy's going to survive 3 rounds against Fluffy. I would be shocked. We've seen crazier things, but Fluffy 2-3, 2-3 KO. I think ground and pound, very live here.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. Everything. I think if you are hedging on, if you're betting these bets big, the hedge is Kopilov round 1 KO. Completely agree with everything you said. I mean, the only thing I'd add is that, like, I think the last 3-4 fights with Kopilov, people are forgetting how shitty of a grappler he is. And he really hasn't fought dudes that are trying to grapple him in the last few fights. And, like, just, I mean, fucking Carl Roberson subbed this guy. Like, just that in itself is the biggest of red flags that you can throw out there. So, yeah, I mean, Fluffy, his whole style. I think this is actually potentially also a good live betting spot, because I think, like, there's going to be, if people see that, like, the first couple takedowns get stuffed, they're going to, like, bet Kopilov stupidly and then not know necessarily that, oh, he's doing well. He's doing better than I thought with the takedowns, and it's just going to be a good spot where the line might come down. So there's a potential that this is a live spot as well, but I'm going to be hitting round 2 and 3 pretty big.
I mean, you have to. In fluffy fights, you just have to, man. You have, especially versus the guy that gasses, man. You just have to.
Yeah, don't hate your KO. Don't hate your KO either, because, man, last fight I had round 2, round 3, and I had the sub 2-3, and he was just elbowing the living shit with his position. So, you know, he definitely could do that too.
All right, let's move on. Fight number 9. It is in the bantamweight division. It is the 16-4 Merab Dvalishvili versus the 16-3 Henry Cejudo. This one's yours, Tim.
I got a few on this one. I think that this fight is kind of shitty, except for maybe a couple of these props here. One I don't really think is super likely to happen, but it's definitely a win condition for Henry. I think if Henry wins, it's a greasy split. I think if he wins, it's, you know, maybe having success in the first round, and then the second and third round are just razor close. So his split decision is 11-1, and the end split in this is like plus 350. Merab decision is what I think is going to happen at a very high clip in this fight. But they're hanging 17-1 and 19-1 on rounds 2 and 3 for Merab. You can't hate that just from his pace, potentially. Maybe also if the rumors on Henry are true coming into the fight, or the retirement and all this shit, maybe those are okay lines. I kind of lean, like, the most likely thing I kind of think might happen would be the end split at plus 350, and then like a round 3 for Merab at plus 1900. How about you?
I mean, you can't hate 2-3. I mean, 2-3, it was 17-19. There's nothing else to play, honestly. I think Merab cruises here, man. Probably do a decision. But there is injury things out there. There's all types of nonsense out there. you need to play 2-3 on Marab. Like, it's 17 and 19 is a crazy number. The guy outpaces everybody. Henry, I don't know what to tell you, but there's a lot of things swirling around with him. None of them are good. Retirement is in the words. The R word is there. It's not looking good. Maybe we're gonna all eat our words, but I think this is a bad time to be facing Marab when you have all these issues compounded in one. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's Marab 2-3. It's 17-19. Probably not going to happen, to be honest, but you need to sprinkle it just as a play that, because the guy is just like insane pace, Moving on. Fight number 10. It is in the welterweight division. It is the 15-5 Jeff Neal versus the 13-0 Ian Machado Gary, and I will kick this one off. I don't know what to give here. I don't like much. I honestly don't like much, but I mean, Neal decision, 700, I guess. I mean, we saw what's his name go one. He was 1-1 going into the third because he dropped Gary. Gary survived against Kenan Song. We watched Darian Weeks take a round off this guy. I mean, why can't Neal take a couple of rounds and landing the bigger shots? Volume-wise, I think maybe it's going to be Gary, but the bigger shots probably going to come from Neal. So it's going to be volume over bigger shots. I know there could be a split too, but 700 is good enough for me on Neal decision.
I don't hate it. I have 3 on this one. I'm with you 1,000,000%. Like, I can't. I've been thinking of which one I want to circle to make the pick, and it's just like I don't know. I just don't think that they're all really that great. But going along with what kind of similar to what you just said, 2 of the 3 are similar to what you just said. I think if Neal wins, I think it's another split. I think it's going to be just his split decision is 18-1. Ends by split is plus 550 on a fight that's lined to go the decision. The only other play that I might think would be like Ian KO 2-3 is plus 600, but I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's a decision most likely, to be honest. So, the 2-3 KO for him is plus 600, but I'm gonna stick with the ends by split and is 550 and the split Neal being 1800.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Everybody has opinions on this fight. It's a great fight. I want to see it. I want to see. So, I understand that, at range, I favor Gary a good bit, right? But we've seen this guy get hit. Oh, I mean, just about every fight he gets clocked, right? Kenan Song obviously has power and dropped him. At the end of round 2, I think Gabe Green hurt him. Jordan Williams rocked him really fucking bad. If Neal's gonna land on you, that left hand, you're gonna be in fucking big fucking trouble, man. He has a lot of power. He hurt Shafkat pretty damn fucking bad in that fight, man. I mean, he hurt him pretty fucking bad. So if Neal lands, the thing with Neal is he's got some of the best boxing in fucking the middle, the welterweight division, bro. This guy's boxing is very fucking good. And, Gary's striking is exceptional. Don't get me wrong. But he tends to drop his hands. He drops his hands a lot. He dropped his right hand against Kenan Song. What happened? He got dropped. But guess what Kenan Song did? He went in for a takedown afterwards. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Is Neal going to do that? I highly doubt it, bro. He's going to try to kill you, So if he gets hurt in this fight, and we could finish with that. If he gets hurt in this fight, I think Neal's going to finish him. That's not a guy that you want to be hurt against, dude. That's not a guy that you want to be hurt against because he's just going to repeatedly land that left hand, and it's an absolute missile. So, I'm really looking forward to this fight. I love this fight. It's most likely, yeah. I mean, Gary decision's probably, the biggest, but it's a shit line, I think, right? So
Yep.
I'm not really into that. Ozzy, gang, what's up, my friend? Thank you for joining, Ozzy, my man, Ozzy. Black History Month means Jeff, baby. Let's go. I got that money line bet. The line moved against me, but let's see what happens. What is up? Clint in the house. Diehard MMA podcast 243 rocking and rolling in here, Tim. With that being said, let's move on to the co-main event of the night. It is in the middleweight division. It is the 24-7 Robert Whittaker versus the 14-2 Paulo Costa, and this one is yours.
This is a tough one for me. I don't know, man. I've been going back and forth in this one for a while. I think that there's it's kind of like similar with the Merab fights. Like, if this fight goes, I feel that it's a decision most likely for Whittaker, and I feel like he's stayed at range, and I think that he could probably style at range, and just kind of get in and out with his strikes and be quicker. But the problem is just like how the durability for me on Whittaker. I just don't know where it's at. I'm major questions about his durability, and coming off of however many fights that he's had in contention where he's just no longer the guy. And it's just like, we've seen this happen before, that guys fall off this cliff really fucking fast. The Narrative Nation, I see you, man. The Costa by split plus 1,800 is on the list. I do think if he wins a decision, it is a split, and 18-1 is not bad. There you go. Ends by split is kind of stupid. It's kind of like it's plus 450. But it's like, I don't know. I kind of see this fight like three things happening. Either Costa bonks him. Costa has like two moments in each round where he can win a round by just having a couple moments, and then potentially steal a round, or just like a split decision. So I'll go with the Costa by split at 18-1, and I'll go with the ends by split at 450. But I do think that Costa is alive to KO him if he connects, and it's just a question of the durability and where Whittaker is at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think of his last performance. I mean, he playing it back, he didn't look bad, honestly, in round one, like until the end of round one, right? At the first 4 minutes something, like he was looking pretty good. Like, I think he was winning the round, and then he gets taken down or whatever it was, and then he absolutely I honestly believe, this is my opinion, when he was grounded in round one, like the first or second elbow or whatever that landed, dude, you could see visibly when he was going to get up at the end of the round, bro, he was already fucking out of it, man. Whittaker was out of it after he landed that. And then obviously in the second round, he just got bonked and he was done, dude. Like, I really think that took a toll on him. But I do think also that DDP is just like a creature, man. That guy's not normal, and his power is not, normal. So, Costa has power. I don't want to write off Whittaker just yet. That's my thing. Like, why I'm saying this is that I just don't want to write him off of one fight. Like, I know he didn't look great in Vettori fight, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he had a win against fucking Jared Cannonier a couple of years ago. Like, I mean, Cannonier is a good fucking fighter. And like, Costa's like, okay, the thing is, like, we have questions about Whittaker, but we also have questions about Costa, bro. Like, the guy hasn't fought, okay, in almost 2 fucking years. He fought a fucking aged and declining Luke Rockhold, who was literally telling him, finish me, and he couldn't fucking finish him, bro. Like, it's crazy. So I think this fight goes to decision. Obviously, those are the lines, man. Like Costa decision is 700. Split is 1,800. I think that Whitaker wins the decision, obviously more likely than not. But here's the thing, though, right, Tim? This is my thing. This fight is minus 250 Costa, right, at the biggest line, plus 198 on the comeback. The fight goes, okay, is minus 135, right? Why the fuck is his decision 700? Like, there's no chance this guy wins a decision? You kidding me? Paulo Costa is 2-1 in decisions. So he can win a decision, plain and simple. So, if you guys think that Whitaker's that washed, maybe he knocks him out. But it could also be a washed Whitaker where he doesn't finish him, because we just saw a washed Luke Rockhold, right? And he didn't finish him. So, I don't know, man. Plus 700 decision, Costa. Plus 1,800 split. I have a lot of decision props, you notice, in this card. You know what's funny? Sometimes I'll have a bunch of 2-3s and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll have a bunch of... It's a decision card for me. A lot of decisions. I don't know why, what, where, but yeah, I like the decision in this fight. Holy moly, Tim. We're breaking records. 200. Oh, we just lost a ton of people. 226 live viewers. Thank you very, very much to each and every one of you. Please hit the like down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed. Also, my Discord link is down below. It's $25 a month. It's almost nothing, guys. And if you look at the stuff I gave them this week, and people in my Discord can tell you, we literally beat every single line outside of Neil. Every single bet, we beat the line by, I gave Marab to them on Tuesday at minus 175. Marab is minus 250, 260 now. So we've been crushing the lines. We've had some bad luck on some of these plays, to be honest, like plus 275s, losing splits and all types of bullshit. But it is what it is. We had a winning day in Octagon. We just won a BKFC bet, so that was good. And Scottsdale, Arizona's in the house. Tim, yes, freak. What is up, my man? Scottsdale is in the house. Glendale is in the house. So yeah. With that being said, we have to move on to the best fight of the night. It is in the main event of the night, and it is in the featherweight division. It is the 26-3 Alexander Volkanovski versus the 14-0 undefeated challenger Ilia Topuria. And I will kick this one off here. I don't have anything special here. I think this fight goes to decision, man. I really do. Everybody's making a big deal about how, he got knocked out. I know it's bad. I know it's kind of recent. But, guys, it's a head kick, man. It's a head kick. It's a literally flush head kick to the dome. Anybody can get knocked out, man. This dude is a beast. He's one of the best, if not, one of the greatest all time. Alexander Volkanovski. Yes, he's getting old. Yes, he just recently got knocked out. But, guys, he's fighting a 55er that probably can fight at 70, man. That's a big 55er in Islam Makhachev. And if you run it back to the first fight, it's a fucking close fight. So take out the head kick that doesn't land, 2% of the time, 1% of the time? All of a sudden now, this guy's washed and this and that. I don't want to think he's washed, to be honest. I don't know yet, right? I don't know yet. Because if you look at the fucking fight against Yair Rodriguez, did he look washed? Did he look washed in that fight? Because he absolutely put it on Yair Rodriguez. So he didn't look washed to me. The thing is, I don't want to count this guy out. He's one of the best. He's fighting a fucking great fighter in Ilia Topuria. Good grappler, good boxing. He does get hit. He does get countered. He's fighting one of the best guys with fight IQ, right? He's been in this moment. Ilia Topuria hasn't been in this moment. Alex has been here many fucking times, bro. And, people are saying, look how... To me, I when I look at Ilia, honestly, I feel like there's a little bit of nervous energy, to be honest. Like, I know he looks cocky, but he also, like, to me, Volkanovski looks comfortable. He's coming in the old man suit. He's making fun of everything, right? Meanwhile, Ilya Topuria in the face-off is like, this is what I dreamed of. I know you're the greatest. I know you're the best, this and that, but I'm coming for it. Like, he looks so nervous to me. I don't know why. But I think he's very tough, man. I think he's very tough. I kind of see similar attributes in both, but the experience, the fight IQ, those are two things you cannot teach. And those are both with Alexander Volkanovski. So with that being said, Volk by decision. It's a used Lambo. It's plus 250. But why not split here, Tim? I don't think anybody's running away with anything here, right? I don't think either one of these guys are running away. I think it's plus 600, right?
Yep.
What have we seen over and over and over and over again? What is it?
Splits,
Everyone,
especially on 5-round fights.
dude, it's been incredible. And they've all been going to decision after decision after decision. And it's like, Volk, 250 by decision, and I'm playing the split at plus 1,600. Sorry, at plus 600. What do you have here, Tim?
I have the exact same plays, man. You got Derek Cleary, you have Sal D'Amato, and you have Ron fucking McCarthy, who just gave the 47-47 in the Dolidze fight. So, like, that's what you got in this fight. So you have three judges where we legit could see, like, fucking 50-45 to 45-50, and Sal D'Amato scores at 45-50, and Derek Cleary scores at 49-46, and Ron McCarthy scores at 50-45, and you're a split decision. And you're like, the craziest shit ever. These guys, you just don't know what the fuck they're watching. Three guys that legit I just named because I base my whole split philosophy on. It just takes one of these dumbass judges to be watching a complete fight, like a fight on shrooms, and they're just like watching a completely different deal. And it's just, we got to give props to Efron, man. He just donated a huge donate. You saw that, Efron Sosa.
Yeah. I was gonna shout him out. Out right now. Just finish your breakdown, and I'll shout him out.
I just think that for me is just like when I saw that those three were the judges, I'm like, what is the split prop here? Say plus 600? You got to be out of your fucking mind. Like, this fight I think goes at a higher clip, and you're gonna get these three judges watching it. So yeah, I'm all over the same ones. I think Volk's leg kicks are going to be really helpful. I think it's going to be very similar to the fight last week with Hermanson and Pfeiffer. That, man, these heavy boxers that are heavy on their lead leg early, they're fine, but you start chopping at that leg, man, and they can't move anymore. They can't get in a position to hit you. Their strikes don't have nearly as much pop on them, and I just feel like Volk this is what he does, and he's not a dumbass, like you said. So I think that'll be there as well. I think eventually might be a good live betting spot if Ilya has some good success early as well, because I think later on as the fight goes, I feel like it's going to start to be taken over a little bit more by Volk.
Man, I don't know why my thing is freezing. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep. You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me shout out my man here, Efren Sosa, $49.99 dono, man. Appreciate you so freaking much, man. Thank you very much. He's in the Discord. He's always freaking helping. I think he just got in the Discord, actually. So appreciate you very, very much, my man. Hope we crush it this week, and I appreciate the dono very, very much, man. Thank you very much. What else we got here? Volk Moneyline says Raw Torque. Volk by decision says Joel, way to go. Volk won that first fight. I mean, it was close. I don't want to say he won it, but it was close. Narco, would you line a 12-round boxing match between Topuria and Volk at 147? What would I line it? I would favor Topuria, I think. I think Topuria, because Volk's hands are not as good as Topuria's, in my opinion. But Volk's overall striking with his kicks is better than Topuria. So I would say in a 12-round boxing match, I would have to lean Topuria like minus 150, maybe. By the way, our golf plays this week are on fire this week. So we'll see what happens. We have the top 3 guys going into round 3. It's pretty nice sweat. Topuria has the strongest puncher he's fought. Has to be strong. Yeah, I mean, he is. Topuria is probably the most powerful puncher for sure. He has a lot of power. And to be honest, I think he has a great chin too, man. Emmett clocked him with some really big shots, man. And Emmett, I don't care what anybody says, is probably the biggest hitter at featherweight. Like if he lands a big shot, fuck, he puts guys to sleep, man. That motherfucker can punch. So, yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this fight, to be honest. George says that 3-and-out judges are split merchants. Let's go by split. I love it. I fucking love it. What was Narco's pick on Costa fight? Decision and split. Mushroom. Hit the draw too. Yeah. But how do they get to a 10-8 where Topuria hurts him? Maybe. I don't know. How do we get to a 10-8 though? That's the question.
Yeah, point deduction or a 10-8.
Yeah, I don't really see it. Both guys are not dirty. And any thoughts on Volk? Most significant strikes, most takedowns, and wins. That's not bad, honestly.
I don't hate it either.
Yeah, I don't hate it. 700 is not bad, subhuman. I think it's pretty good. What else do we have here? We have a ton of. Congrats with the golf success, he says. Saw that Wyndham. Yeah, that Wyndham Clark ticket was nice. 90-1, was it? We had a 90-1 earlier, and I gave it in the Discord. It was great. Man, we had a huge sweat last week too, and they couldn't pull it off. But 263 in here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Link down below also for my Discord, please, if you want to join. Let's cash those tickets, Big Steve. My man, let's fucking cash them. Big Steve gave you guys all the news. He broke the news on Twitter that possibly Henry Cejudo's injured. We don't know. With that being said, Tim, give us that Lambo parlay, my friend. Oh, John Kelly, my favorite guy right there, man. This is the man of the people. Great dude. If you're into DFS, guys, go check him out on Twitter. If he wants to put his thing on here, he's more than welcome. John put it out there. What that Fight Metrics is it called, I believe. It's a pretty good site if you're playing DFS, man. Like this guy is into DFS big time. He wins. He's very sharp with MMA. So he could put that link on there. And if you guys are interested in DFS, yeah, I mean, join his thing, man. He's a good guy as well. So I would love to support him. With that being said, Tim, don't mess around here. Get right to the fucking point, and you better hit. You're due. I'm just telling you that you are due.
All right.
What do you got for us?
This is unfortunately, I'm not super confident with this. Rinya by
damn it, I said you're due, and you're telling me you're not super confident.
I'm sorry, because Rinya could get a KO here, and so could Fluffy. But I'm going to do Rinya sub, Fluffy sub, Ian points, Marab points, which is 48-1. And then if you add Volk, it's 165-1. And if you do that,
slow down 1 second. Rinya
sub,
Fluffy sub.
Rinya sub, Fluffy sub, Ian points, Marab points.
Okay.
Is 48-1. And then if you add Volk by points, it's 165-1. And if you do that on FanDuel, the last one, they have a 25% boost on FanDuel, so I'm going to get it at 205-1. So,
all right, there you go. Tim is going 3 different ones. I'm going to give my usual where you have to mix and match. If you don't, well, for this one, actually, you do have to mix and match because you're going to have to go four times. So you break it up in however many units you want to put. Like if it's 1 unit, then you spread a core unit on each. But it's Hernandez round 2, round 3. I don't care what the fuck happens. Like you have to play that, honestly. And then you mix it up with Rinya submission round 1 and 2. So if you do those two, you will get, let me give you the numbers. I only did it on FanDuel. Now you could shop around because when you're mixing and matching like this, you're doing 4 different Lambos. You're just going to put smaller bets, but you're going to have bigger odds for some. So I'll tell you what they are here. So Rinya, where is it? Okay, Rinya sub 1-2 and Hernandez KO 2-3 is 33-1. Wait, why is this? Yeah, it's 33-1. Then you have, I mean, I mixed and matched it, guys. You guys, I don't want to give you all of them, but there's like 62-1, 41-1. But then if you do the actual, there's one I did sub 2 Rinya and KO 3 Hernandez, and it's 246-1. So, you mix and match whatever you want to do. You could just do the round props and not put in the actual method of victory. It's fine too, but I really like those two, man. Honestly, I think Rinya finishes 1-2, and I think Fluffy finishes 2-3. So, see how you want to play them. But I would add both, man. Yeah, I think that's it. 12 fights, Lambo parlays, a big dono from Ephraim. Love you, my man. Thank you. Love each and every one of you as well, man. 250. We capped at like 255. Thank you, guys. I really fucking mean it. Thank you very much for being here. You guys make the show just make me want to come back over and over because it's fun seeing all these people, man. It really is. It's great. Timothy, what do you have on the horizon? We will have spaces, I know, tomorrow in my Discord, which is always popping. You guys killed it last week without me. Or actually, you weren't there. It was Sean and John Stargarian, so I appreciate both those guys. They did it without me, but they killed it. This week, I'll be there. We have the Dana White special stream, straight from Dana White. And what do you got going on?
I will just be in your Discord tomorrow, man, and I'll be cooking some fucking Wagyu steaks. That's all I got going.
Did you guys hear that? Wagyu time, baby. Tomorrow is Wagyu time. Where do you get them from? Where do you get these fucking Wagyu steaks all the time?
Mariano's has some really good ones. So
Mariano's, guys, you guys heard it. If you live near Mariano's, and I think that's only in the Midwest, nowhere else, you can get some Wagyu steaks. Anything else here? Fight Talk is my man. Fight Talk, I got to talk to you about that logo to do the stream. I have to do the podcast for one of those platforms, Apple and all these other ones. So Spotify. I need a little logo for the show. So I got to hit you up for that. See when you're going to be able to.
Dix Insider just said he saw a tweet that Amanda Lemos needed an ambulance. Turn fight might be in jeopardy.
Oh, boy. First-hand news. You see, guys? Look what you guys get in here. Time to go hammer fucking Mackenzie Dern. Hurry. Everyone go hammer Mackenzie Dern. Because Ringaruma sub, Fluffy sub, Ian points. Yeah, that's Tim's. All right, guys. Someone get Tim a promo code for a steak. I love it. I freaking love it. I'll let you know. I'll hit you up in the DMs, bro. Thank you very much. Art C retweeted it. He says, yeah, it might be a thing. That's crazy. But again, guys, thank you very, very much. God bless each and every one of you. One last thing, Tim. Let's cash those tickets for UFC 298. See you all tomorrow. Take care and good luck.